Hello, greetings everyone. If you're a fan of Pikmin 4 and want to play the latest Pikmin 4 game into your PC because you don't own a Nintendo Switch, then this is the perfect video tutorial for you to watch because I'm going to teach you everything you need in order to get started. So first of all, you will need to have all of these free files here that I have in my desktop, and also you will need to install an app called Ryujinx. So for those who aren't new and who do not know, Ryujinx is an application that will be able to play Nintendo Switch games into your PC as long as you have all of these free files here installed into your Ryujinx emulator. So first of all, I'm going to teach you where to get Ryujinx emulator so that you'll be able to play Pikmin 4. So I'm going to minimize this and open a web browser here and just type in Ryujinx emulator into your web browser and hit search. The first result is ryujinx.org. That is their official website, so be sure to click on that. Now go to download. If you're using Mac device, then be sure that your Mac OS is in Mac OS 11 or later version in order for you to install Ryujinx. And if you have a Linux system, then you should be able to get the installer here. And if you're from Windows, you can get the installer here. So I have Windows 11 and I have installed all the latest updates of Windows 11. There's no issues in installing Ryujinx into your PC. So I'm just going to skip on this part here, the download and installation process, because I have Ryujinx installed into my PC, and the download installation process is really straightforward and easy to do, and that anyone can do this. Okay, so I just showed you guys the official way where to get Ryujinx emulator, so be sure to get Ryujinx emulator only on this site. So I'm going to minimize this now, and I'm going to assume that you have already installed Ryujinx emulator. So if this is your first installation, be sure to boot up and run Ryujinx emulator now. And then you'll be met with certain errors saying that you will need some certain files installed into your Ryujinx emulator. So what are those files? Those files are these three files here. Without these three files, Ryujinx will not be able to play Switch games. So these are the Nintendo Switch firmware and the Nintendo Switch keys files. Both should be in version 16.0.3 in order for it to run and play Pikmin 4. And your Pikmin 4 should be either in NSP or XCI file format so that Ryujinx will be able to detect and play that game. So now, if you're asking me where to get all of these files, the only legal way to do this is that you own a Nintendo Switch console, which is modded and has a custom firmware installed in it. Because if it has a custom firmware installed in it, that means that you can access your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on those system files, all you have to do is just copy all of the firmware and the keys files from the Switch into your PC. Now, to get Pikmin 4, you should buy the game. You should have a still copy of the game, which is much better. And then you can just digitally back up the game into an XCI or NSP file format, just like here. So if you have a Switch but don't know how to mod or install a custom firmware, or that you don't have a Switch but you still want to play this game and don't know how, so I'm just going to save you the hassle and teach you where to get all of these files here. Okay, so in order for you to get all of these three files here, I'm just going to leave a QR code here in the screen, wherein you can scan it with your QR code reader into your mobile phone. Scan it and you will be redirected to the page where you can get all of these free files. So that is approms.com, and once you are in the website, be sure to hover down into the middle part of the website so that you'll be able to get the Pikmin 4 NSP file format. Once you have done that, all you have to do now is to scroll down below and then look for the firmware and keys files. So once you have all of these free files here, all you have to do is just transfer them into your PC. Since you're using your phone to scan the QR code, then you'll be using your phone in getting all these files. So to transfer them to your PC, use your USB cable, then transfer them to your PC. So I'm going to assume that you already have all these files here. So the next step is to install them into your Ryujinx. To do this, just go to your Ryujinx. Now go to File, go to Open Ryujinx folder, and then locate System folder here. And then click on the keys zip file here, and then all you have to do is just drag and drop, copy and paste this files into this folder. This folder should be empty because it's your first installation. I'm going to close in this now, and then go to the tools section, so that we'll be able to install the Nintendo Switch firmware, which is this file. Go to tools, install firmware from XCI or zip file, click on that, and then locate your firmware file here and hit open. And it will say that we'll have to install this. Hit yes. I'll say successfully installed. You'll know that it's successful because the system version here will say 16.0.3, the same as the firmware version of the Switch. And also it will show you all of your Nintendo Switch games and their game icons. If there is a game that there is no icon, that means that you're using an outdated firmware and outdated keys. So be sure to only follow the QR code that I have put in the screen so that you'll only get the latest files in order for you to play Pikmin 4. Now, the next step now is to optimize your Ryujinx emulator so that you'll be able to play Pikmin 4 with no issues, stutters, and in your playthrough in Pikmin 4 into your PC. To do this, just go to Options, go to Settings, and in this part, just pause the video and copy every setting that you see from here on out. In the General tab, the game directories is wherein you'll put your Nintendo Switch games. It could be anywhere into your PC as long as you know where it is. And the game formats for your games should be in XCI or NSP file format in order for Ryujinx to be able to detect and play that game, okay? Now go to Input. It's better to use a controller rather than mouse and keyboard and playing Switch games. Now go to Player 1, hit Configure, locate your Nintendo Switch Pro controller, just like mine here. I have it. If you have a PlayStation or Xbox controller, you can connect them here, and then you can just map them up according to your liking. But both of the dead zone for both left and right stick should be set in 0.20% so that there'll be no drifting into your playthrough. So be sure to pause and copy every setting that you see from here if you're using a Pro controller. Now go to Save, now go to System, just pause the video, and copy every setting you see. Now go to Graphics. So this is the most important part, so be sure to copy everything. Now, graphics back and multi-threading should be on, graphics back and API should be in Vulkan. Preferred GPU is your dedicated graphics card. It is better that you have a graphics card in order for you to play Nintendo Switch games, but if you have a processor that is really powerful, then you'll still be able to play this game. Okay, so now enhancements should be enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale should be in 2x resolution so that the game will look much sharper and much more beautiful than a native resolution Switch. But if your PC cannot handle the emulation, then just revert it to the native resolution of the Switch, which is here, 720p and 1080p. But for me, 2x resolution is the best because the games will look much more beautiful than a native resolution. Now go to post-processing effect. Hit none, upscale should be in linear, and isotropic filtering should be in auto, and aspect ratio should be in 16:9 so that the game look good. Just the same as the aspect ratio of your monitor. Now hit apply and save. Now your Ryujinx emulator is now fully optimized to play Pikmin 4. But a little bit of disclaimer, I'm going to show you guys a gameplay of Pikmin 4 running into my PC because we all know that Nintendo is really strict on this kind of content and they don't really want it to be shown on the internet. So if I show you a gameplay of Pikmin 4 running into my PC using Ryujinx emulator, then my channel will be taken down and my videos will be taken down and hell will break loose. So that would be a very major hassle in my part, so I don't want my channel to be taken down. So I hope you guys do understand on that part. But as long as you have followed all the steps that I have shown you in this video tutorial, then you're guaranteed to get all these files here, optimize your Ryujinx, be able to play Pikmin 4 with no issues at all. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of Pikmin 4 into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will try my best to answer all of them. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.